Yeah, really pleased with the way he's dug in. James Ellison's dug in over the weekend. His injuries, the torso rib injuries, are troubling him still here. But I think he's kind of mentally just got on top of that, stayed on top of that. I wouldn't say that the injuries have got particularly worse here. They've certainly not got any better. So, yeah, he's fighting against some pain and discomfort and actually a loss of a little bit of strength, but showing some really good pace. We've built some good pace on both sides of the garages.
Yeah, well, partly I think it's two now, but it feels like all of them, to be honest with you, down one side. It's just really painful at the minute, and we just do the best we can out on track. Trying to limit the laps. We did a good 17-lap run then, which wasn't too bad. I mean, the race is 30 laps. My last lap was actually the second fastest lap of that session as well, and we went 3/10 quicker than we did in qualifying. We were 0.07 or something off shaky, and ended up second place in warm-up. So we've definitely made some improvements to the bike. I'm still feeling obviously uncomfortable, but I think once the adrenaline kicks in the race, we should be all right. I just hope it lasts for 30 laps. I mean, we'll just take it how it comes. We didn't get a wet practice in yesterday when it rained because the circuit just tried so fast. We had the wets ready, and then within 10-15 minutes the track was dry, so we just went out on slicks at the end. So we do know sort of what settings to put in it if it does rain. We've got everything we need to do for that. So I think we've got all angles covered, and we'll just take it as it comes, really. I mean, it's going to be the same for everybody out there. It will be nice to get 2 dry races in. Saying that, a wet race would probably be a lot easier for me, less effort and yeah, less forces going through the body. So we'll see what happens.
Well, we made some changes in the team in between the last round and this. So technically, he's working with a different crew chief, and as a result of that, we've gone for a different setup on the bike for him. He's been much happier with that. It's probably fair to say it's closer to the setup that James Ellison's been running for most of the year, and you can see that in his speed. He's very unlucky. He was a half a tenth, couple of hundredths out on progressing through a Q3 yesterday, which would have been the first time this year. He showed in FP a couple of free practice sessions, some top 10 pace, and this morning he's 7th fastest in warm-up. So we're looking forward to a really positive weekend for him.
Yeah, there's been a few changes. My bike's slightly different, but it's enabled me to be in a little bit better mindset and to ride a little bit better, you know. And this weekend I've got a bit more confidence with everything around me, and I'm enjoying riding the bike, and we're showing a bit more speed than what we have done, you know, because for the first 4 rounds we haven't done anything, and even though I feel great, it still takes a little bit of building up my confidence, but yeah, we're definitely going in the right way, and this morning we were quite a bit faster than what we qualified, you know, so it's all very, very positive, and looking forward to the races. Whatever the conditions we're going to be, I feel we're going to be pretty strong, and yeah, I love this place, I love racing here. I love waking up on a Sunday and coming racing here. We need a good start. We need to get stuck in the first couple of laps and get on the back of the boys and see what we can do, because I think we can be strong, we can pass, the bike's working well, and we can have a good go today.
30 laps then at Knockhill, and it'll all go past in a surprisingly shattering short time. Shaky Byrne has the advantage, as you saw from that side shot, in pole position. Can he make that count? The other guys need to get at him early if they're going to. Oh, Easton! And that's exactly what Howie Mainwaring Smart said before the race. He said Ratty will definitely get off to a scorching start. He loves it here. He's flyweight, and he might get the better of Shaky. Now, can Shaky's teammate hang on, but straight away Byrne tries to tuck underneath him as he comes through the Scotsman. There's not quite room as he goes up through the Arnold-Clark chicane.
Reckoned that with the curb eased back and mid-corner speeds a little bit quicker, like about 4 miles an hour quicker, they thought there'd be less incidents, because it's kind of incident-packed there, and it is a fact that since then we've had less by way of big kind of T-boning incidents. We've still had good incidents though. He's got to be said.
Ben Wilson yesterday in Supersport, for example.
Yeah.
So there's number 67, Shaky Byrne, the 4-time champion, the current championship leader, leading his teammate, the dapper little Scotsman, who's, I noticed that he hasn't shaved for a few weeks, just to try and look grown up, young Stewart. There's a little bit of bristle around the chin.
He's never going to look grown up. He's got one of them, he's got that kind of hair on his face where it looks like a good breeze would get rid of it.
Halloran crosses the line, still just, but look at the wheels.
Ellison's your man here.
Yeah, Ellison pushing on. Ellison does a 48.415, edging nearer to that man's lap record. This is Yuichi Kiyanari. He's running in 9th place.
If you don't make a start here and get away with a fast man, you get stuck behind somebody that's not going as quick as you can, but you are unable. Oh, and that's
Ellison.
That's Ellison, yeah, it is. And there's somebody else behind him as well.
And it's the same place,
It's the same place, yeah.
What is going on there?
I don't
Ellison
know.
holds up his hands in disbelief.
It's exactly the same place. Is that Keogh?
It might be Kianari,
It
yes.
is Keogh.
Oh my God! No, Kianari, who's really languishing in the championship table and has only about 36 points to his name. That's a blow.
Do you know what I'm thinking? When you've seen this many crashes from this calibre of rider at one particular bit of track, you just wonder if one of them early crashes that's happened there, maybe Linfoot's crash has put a little bit of something onto the course. You know, watch them there.
Same thing.
It's the same thing, and it's the same place, and that. I don't know. I don't know whether the marshals need to have a little bit of a look at that, because you wouldn't expect that many. And the thing is, they're all totally independent crashes. You saw Keogh go sailing into the barrier behind him, and that's good riders doing the same thing in the same place. And that to me would suggest there's something iffy about that little piece of track.
Buchan in 6th place. Tommy Bridewell on the 2nd Tyco BMW 7th, ahead of Mossy. James Westmoreland next across the line, just in front of Hickman and Lee Jackson.
Well, what can I say about race 1? James Ellison running in a strong 5th position and giving us some good hope, and especially to say like how he was at Snetterton. But then unfortunately came off and gave the lads some work, and they've really worked hard and grafted to make James bike again, ready for a race 2 on pole position. Westy's best position this year so far, in 9th place, and well, what can I say? He's got a big smile on his face. Let's see it for race 2.
Laps at sunny Knockhill gratefully then on Kawasaki H2R, which is a new 325 brake horsepower supercharged bike. Obviously my first experiences are literally being blown away. I don't know if I took it for a ride or it took me for a ride, but the main reason we wanted to get it out on behalf of Kawasaki was for the Kawasaki network and the dealerships up here and all the guys and fans and customers of Kawasaki. So a good chance to show off an amazing piece of machinery. I enjoyed it. It's the type of bike, especially on a short twisty circuit like this, where you need a bit of time to dial yourself into it, but an amazing experience, and I'm really looking forward to riding it again.
James Ellison is on pole position for race 2, ahead of Michael Laverty and Big Danny Buchan on the grid with James Ellison. Look at that, James Ellison crouched with intent on bike number 77. The red lights go on. When they're off, they're off. And a good start from Ellison, terrific start from Laverty, poor start from Buchan, and the Weiser Kawasaki just gets sucked a little into the pack. But down into turn 1, and Michael Laverty is leading a British Superbike race again at last. It's 2012 was the last time he won a British Superbike race, and he's put himself in the perfect position to do it again ahead of Ellison, Easton, Byrne. Look how well those BBM Kawasaki's have started. Josh Brooks, Buchan, Bridewell, O'Halloran, Westmoreland, Mossy not having a good start from the second row of the grid. Down Duffer's Dip into Leslie's and round the Scotsman.
Well, the JG Speedfit Kawasaki boys of Ellison have done a cracking job, because that bike was well damaged as well. It went over and over. That's when they get damaged. About 170, 175 kilos with a bit of fuel and all these things, and that when they land on the top, that's a lot of weight to smash bits off frames, footrests, fairings.
James, it is a tribute to how well they've got it back together, but of course for Ellison, lying there in 2nd place, he's done a sighting lap and a couple of warm-up laps, and now on this virtually brand new motorcycle, untested, he's got to go up to race pace.
That's it. He's got to set up and go like stink with not much by way of a warm-up on a bike that's freshly put back together. Yeah,
pretty impressive stuff. But at the moment, the BMW and the 3 Kawasaki's have got the edge on Josh Brooks there in 5th place. Bridewell.
Oh, that wide,
Ellison. Ellison's run off the track and left the PBM Kawasaki sitting in 2nd and 3rd place behind Michael Laverty. An unfortunate mistake by James Ellison. It puts him right back in the pack before he could rejoin behind the Gearlink bike behind the WD-40 Kawasaki's.
Oh, he lost the front. That's what happened. Went up the inside of Laverty, well offline going in there. It had to be offline. It was intentional to pass Laverty, or attempt to. And then there's a big bump on the inside there.
4th place will go to a rejuvenated Kianari ahead of O'Halloran. Michael Laverty, Danny Buchan crosses the line. And behind him we've got Westmoreland. Hickman, Idden rounds out the top 10.
Pleased that we've got Westy hopefully woken up now, and he's got 2 good positions results this weekend, and he seems very happy with his team. There's been a lot of changes for Westy and his team, and it's for the good. And we're looking at doing the same at Brands Hatch. As for the other part of the side of the team, for James Ellison, a little bit disappointing. There's no other way of saying anything different. We've got a DNF today. We had a crash earlier on. Guys worked perfectly to get it working, but another DNF, and we've got to go back to the factory now and work really hard for Brands Hatch.